Sheree from Divine Visions. Welcome to all new and existing subscribers to my channel. I'm glad you could be with me today. I just want to give a big shout out to those people who are supporting my channel through your comments and your beautiful energy, guys. As I said before, I love your vibes. And also a big thank you to those who are leaving divine donations to me on my channel through the PayPal link. And I also have an Amazon wish list if you'd like to check that out. Also very much appreciated but not expected, guys. So today we are going to be looking at the pick a card reading, which is a sensitive topic, and it's all about your person who has ghosted you. It could be a twin flame, soulmate, whoever it is. It doesn't have to have a label, but it's somebody that you've had an intimate connection with who you have been ghosted by. So what that means is that they've come in very strongly, they've shown you all this affection and attention and just come in very heavy, and it's all romantic and beautiful, and then suddenly just disappear. It's like, where the hell did you go? And why aren't you answering my texts? You know, this is the kind of thing that happens, and I've had it happen to me, so I understand completely from your angle, guys, what's going on. So we are going to have a look at 3 readings that you can choose between. And before we do, I just want to pick out a special message for everybody, just to uplift you. Just a nice little positive message for everyone. Do all things with love. So sometimes it can be really easy to fall into the trap of, you know, thinking negatively and feeling miserable in our lives. You know, I'm connecting this message with these messages here. So basically what it means is that, you know, their energy can rub off on us, and it can leave us feeling very negative about ourselves, and how we feel about ourselves is going to affect how we treat others and are responsive to situations or circumstances around us. So it's a reminder to do all things with love. Hold this in your mind, hold this in your heart space, and know that, you know, it's coming back to your true self, your true essence, not allowing this person to taint that. So let's have a look here. I just want to give you a moment to focus on the cards. We've got the first card on the left, which is the divine, what am I saying? It's the Psychic Tarot. The Psychic Tarot. Reading number 2 is the Psychic Tarot for the heart. And reading number 3 on your right is the Light Seer's Tarot. I'll give you a moment to focus on them. Welcome, Group 1. We're going to have a look at why your person has ghosted you, and I'm really sorry this has happened to you. It's such a horrible feeling, and I know this from first-hand experience. I've had this happen to me as well, and it's damn painful. So let's have a look at what's going on with this person and why they have done this. You know, why have they just come in so beautiful and strong and then just suddenly, you know, gone MIA. Missing in action. Look at those ones after. There's just so many of them. But first up, we've got the universe, which is the world. Closing of a cycle. And it's the closing of the door, basically. So when we've got the crown chakra next to this, I feel like this person had another calling. They've gone and felt psychically, even intuitively, it might have been very unconsciously, something that's subconscious, but I'm getting the word unconscious. It's to the point where they didn't even realize, you know, at all that there's a higher plan for them. So the 7s are all about seeking out the truth. It's about study. It's about learning. And the crown chakra is that higher wisdom from the angelic realm. So we are talking about the universe. It's a universal calling here. Because then the next card is a new beginning, which is the Fool. So you have the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, which is she's stepping out into the world. She's coming out, you know, closing one door and coming out another door. So this person, whether it be a male or female, is on a journey where they've had to close this cycle for whatever reason with you, and also come out into a new path here and step out into something that might be a little bit scary and unsure for them. I feel like when I'm tuning into this, you have to excuse my nails too. I'm a guitarist, so I've got some chipped nail polish going on. But anyway, what I see here as a 0 is something that's forming, yet forming for them. So I feel like the main reason why, yes, that's fair enough, but why they did this is because they were hiding behind a mask. And they didn't have the guts really to come and tell you that they just couldn't deal with this connection. It's almost like they had to finish this to go off and seek other lessons, okay, other lessons. But at the same time, they couldn't very much deal with the challenges and obstacles in this one, in this connection with you. There was a lot of conflict and change going on within them that they couldn't deal with it, because I feel like this connection was stirring up things within them that they'd rather keep in a closet. You know, they'd rather keep it hidden away. You know, challenges and obstacles takes a lot of guts and courage to face. And this person hiding behind a mask, you know, here again, a mask, is that they were just too proud. We got another 7 here, guys. So we got the 3 here and a 5 there. Yeah. So they didn't allow this to go to its full potential. So even though they might have been pulled in another direction, without even realizing why, it's like they abandoned this lesson in this with you. So they didn't really get to the point of reaching this full journey with you to learn the lessons. They've kind of bailed out before it could even teach them something. So it's like they've had to go off and learn things elsewhere, which is really interesting and confusing to me even reading this right now, because I'm thinking, well, they need to learn lessons with you for their own soul's evolution, but maybe that is a lesson in itself, guys. The fact that they have let their pride get in the way and they're hiding behind this mask is a lesson in itself, that they're running away, and they by not fulfilling this lesson with you, they're going to learn it elsewhere. And it could be a very much a karmic thing. See, the Queen of Light, you brought light into, you actually, this is so weird, like the Queen of Light, you brought illumination into this. You shone the light on them, on their issues, on their flaws, on the flaws in the actual connection. And they wanted to hide behind this mask, and you might have even exposed who they truly were behind that mask. And so they didn't like that. So they had to back out and close the door. And what you were showing them was just too much for them to face, which is, when you look at it, is the spiritual lesson. It brings in spiritual growth. And they were kind of keen to just keep it at this passion level, the chemistry. And I'm not saying they don't have any feelings for you, you know, I'm sure they do. I do feel like it's actually quite a deep spiritual connection, by the way. But I feel like they wanted to leave it on a surface level, that when things get too hard, they're out of there. So, you know, I don't know if that's the saying, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, but I might be having it backwards. I can't remember now, but that's just what's coming into my mind. But this is what I feel, is that it's on a surface level. And yes, you being the Queen of Light, or the King of Light if you're a masculine watching, shows that you illuminated the truth to this person. You brought enlightenment into this connection. It might have been that you exposed the fact that, okay, you might have asked questions. You might have said, where is this going? Is it just, you know, are you just here for the sex? Are you just here for lust and chemistry, you know, our chemistry? Or is there something that's more deeper with you in this connection? Are you willing to go deeper with me into this? Are you going to commit to this? Are you going to fulfill this journey that we talked about? I don't know why that's coming up. But there, you know, it's funny, this earth magic one is coming in the fairies. It was kind of like they were airy fairy. In their, you know, air sign here, Gemini, kind of airy fairy up in the clouds. What am I saying with that? Usually that's the Aquarians I say that. And that's nothing bad on Aquarians. But you know, this is it. Like, it's an air sign thing. It's almost like they're up in the clouds. They're in fantasy land. They're not grounded in this connection. So it's like they were too busy maybe flitting around. Like, you know, I can see fairies flitting around, not being grounded wanting to socialize and be here and there and everywhere, but not focused on this connection as such. So socialite comes through very strong. The Gemini in the tarot is the Lovers. So it shows me that once again, it was magical, absolutely, no doubt about it. There's magic being brought into this connection, but that's about as much as it is, just fairy dust. It's not grounded energy. And you might have felt this person, you could feel this person's your twin, like your twin flame, or it could be that you just feel like they're two people. That could happen as well. This could be someone you're dealing with that's a Gemini as well. When I see the Queen of Light, when I see the Queen of Light, I feel like when I focus in on this that it could be a fire sign. Like I see the Queen of Wands, you know, that fiery passion going on here as well. So it could be an Aries, Leo or Sagittarius that you could be dealing with. I just want to see what else is coming up as in terms of numbers. Yeah, I want to see, what's that one? That's 15. And yeah, that's okay. So stillness, this is how they kind of went with you, was just still. It was like nothing was happening, no action on your side of it. On their side of it, when they've walked out this other door, they're off partying and having fun and, you know, just socializing. Once again, the Gemini is ruled by the 3rd house, so it's talking about your potential to learn something around your local neighborhood. This person is just interested in, yes, they want the lessons deep down on a spiritual level. They need the lessons. They're out seeking the lessons. They're trying to find themselves. I get that very strong here, that there's this need to look into their soul purpose, and that might have brought them away from you as well, that they had this feeling of being pulled away. It was getting too, what's the word I'm trying to find? It was perhaps too conflicting for them. Too difficult to deal with, too confronting to deal with this connection with you and the issues that might have been arising. There might have been insecurities coming up because this person was wearing a mask, and you've brought light onto a situation, called them out really. And so they're not happy with that. They went cold on you. They went still on you. It's almost like, well, what the hell's going on? There's no action. There's no activity. And it's about reflection too. I feel like you really did reflect to them all the things that they need to heal. But I feel like they're off, you know, maybe even in the local neighborhood, just could be that they don't live that, it could be that they live quite close to you as well here. I want to see what's coming up. Now this one came up here as well, the love heart. This shows the love they do have for you though, which is interesting. So I feel like there is a deep spiritual connection. I feel like they were just keeping it on a surface level because they couldn't deal with this love that's going on between, you know, under the surface. There's loyalty here, see, friendships. But when I see the social card here and the 3rd house as well, which represents short travel and communication as well, guys, I do feel that they might be they might just want to seek friendship with you at this stage. There might be something and forgiveness coming through as well. I feel like they want to seek peace and forgiveness in this connection with you. They don't know how to come forward and, you know, explain all the crap that went down right here. They don't know how to tell you that they couldn't deal with everything going on, and that they felt this pull to go away and learn other things, because I do feel like they might be studying right now. There's other things that might be taking up their time and energy right now as well. They might have siblings that they're, you know, family that they're dealing with. There might be issues around family, siblings, I keep getting. So there's this, it's almost like they can multitask. It's almost like they were never present with you. Like, I feel like you would have conversations with them and feel like they weren't really listening. It's like their mind was elsewhere. And that's a Gemini energy where they just are constantly thinking of new ideas all the time. They've got so much going on in their mind, and they're very quick-witted, very smart, very intelligent. But at the same time, find it hard to keep their focus on the one thing. So that might have been what you're feeling with this person, is that their energy was kind of fragmented. They were kind of everywhere. What do they want to say to you? What do they want to say? Just before I do that, I want to get a clarifier just on the... I just want to get a clarifier on the obstacles, even though I have seen most of that. I don't know, I just feel like I need to. Pride, recognition. Yeah, once again, feeling stuck, not making a plan to come towards you, not too busy worried about what they can achieve right in the now, in the present moment. They might have felt quite victorious having you in their life, you know, being able to achieve you basically, and not saying that you're like a prize to them, but they might have treated you that way in terms of the sexual part of it and the chemistry. You might have felt that this person was just using you or showing you off, and it wasn't anything really, like it was superficial, and that they weren't really coming forward with a strong, solid offer. So that was the obstacle for them, and the challenge for you is that they just wanted to keep it all superficial and have everyone think that they've got their shit together, basically, and that they were successful in this connection. And it was that mask. Once again, it's that ego, pride coming through. So it's just that. Now, what do they want to say to you? What do they want to say to you? What's their message? Oh, there's two. So look inside yourself. And yes, your feelings are correct. What is this to do with? What is looking inside yourself to do with? Because they're asking you, this is from their higher self, by the way, asking you to look within. But it's also, I feel, a message saying that they are now got no choice but to reflect in stillness right now and look within themselves as well. Oh my God, guys. This is the Page of Cups. He's looking at his reflection. Oh my God. Reversed. This is usually a very dreamy energy. It's someone who's very naive. They can be innocent. They can love themselves a bit too much, or they could fall into that energy of falling in love with their own reflection kind of thing. That's a funny message, actually, considering we're looking at this person who's been very, you know, very on the shallow surface kind of stuff going on here, and they're needing to look within themselves. So being reversed, it shows that perhaps they're still learning that lesson to look within themselves right now. Yes, your feelings are correct. Your feelings are correct that I wasn't ready to embark on this journey with you. And I've got a lot to learn. I've got a lot of awakening, spiritual awakening to undergo here. I need to receive the higher wisdom. I need to finally get the lesson as to why I'm like this and why I run away from connections, because I don't think you're the only one they do this with. It's like this real fear of intimacy, of commitment. They have to hide behind this mask. It's going to say what's their shadow message, and this is the shadow message. It was easier to blame it on you. It's easier to blame it on you. So they might have projected and made it out to be your fault as to why, you know, that you did something wrong. That's that ego stuff again. Okay, here we are. And I miss you most at night and need you with me. So they're feeling quite insecure on their own. They are thinking of you. They're feeling you. They might be having regrets. And it's saying, I feel so detached from life, reality, and you. Yeah, they're in a bad place at the moment, feeling very detached from you. Gemini's, you know, not saying this person is a Gemini as such, but the energy of Gemini shows me that they're not connecting with emotions right now. Pisces reversed. This is Pisces. This is the Virgo energy right here. They're not being of service to you. They were of service to themselves. Okay, that's what that is. Page of Cups, Pisces reversed. You know, the cups upside down. So It's funny how I think of things. If that water was to come out from that cup and it would go on his face, I don't know why I'm thinking that. But some of you might have, thrown your drink at him or something. But it's just weird how I come up with these things. Like, it's just weird. It's funny, but this person, emotionally blocked. They're not offering anything. Once again, the Pisces, the Page of Cups upright shows a small gesture, maybe a small offer of love to you. It's just a small gift, which can be just like, a small offer of love. It might be a letter, could be a nice text. They're not offering anything to you. They just completely closed it off for the short term and the long term. Excuse me. So then I've got the Hanged Man, which is Neptune Pisces related as well. So they're definitely not in their emotions. They're not dealing with their emotions very well at all. Okay. Let's see what they want to say to you from their higher self, okay? What would their higher self say to you right now? A magical experience through tantric sex. That's what I want with you. So this is very interesting because in the past it says passion, chemistry, sexual lust. And I'm not saying that there was no spiritual connection intimately, because I do feel like that was there, but they treated it, they disrespected that. They didn't allow for that to evolve into anything really beautiful in that way, but their higher self is saying that that's what they want with you. They want to explore that with you. Okay, I can see clearly now. So this is where they're going to start coming out from this place of, just looking at themselves, being selfish. It looks to me like they will start to emerge, okay, emerge out of that. Let's have a look at what else is going on. What else do they want to say? These are my little handmade ones that I made. What else do they want to say? Can we go back to the start? Oh, yeah, because this person feels that they really did a number on you, that they stuffed up so badly, really, and they feel so ashamed. They feel stupid. They feel a bit like a fool. We do have the New Beginnings Fool card right here. This is the Fool. So they feel very foolish. Would you marry me? Would you even marry me? This is what I've been doing, but am I marriage material? I feel like deep down they would love a commitment, but they just don't know how to do that. And there's more I need to say. Yeah, they left it up in the air. Don't change a thing for me. In other words, you don't need to change. You're perfect as you are. They're the ones, and they know they are the ones that need to change. So that's basically where this is at today, guys. This is what's happened. This is why they ghosted you. Just want to get one more card. What can we learn about this person, please? Why they ghosted you? What's their last message? What do they need? What do they need? What do they need to know? Or what are they doing? What are they doing? Okay, this fell on the ground, but there's too many on this one, but this one fell on the ground. It says, you are an I. You are an I. Use this higher aspect of yourself to redeem your shadow aspects. Wow. So they've got to take control of who they are. They've got to come into their true identity, which isn't all this crap, right? The masks, like they're hiding behind the mask. The real person, that I, is the higher self behind this mask. So they need to be able to use this, merge into that, rediscover themselves. That's what they need to do. And yeah, I mean, they have had the calling to move away, but they haven't taken the lessons just yet. It looks like they're starting to look within, but it could take a little bit of time. But that's why they ghosted you guys. So I hope that's given you some clarity. If it's resonated with you, please comment below, like and subscribe. And I look forward to connecting with you next time. Welcome, group 2. Let's have a look at yours for the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Why did this person ghost you? And I'm very sorry that this happened to you. I know what this feels like. I've had this happen to me as well. It's extremely painful. We're going to see what's going on, okay, with this person's energy at the time that they did this. So let's have a look here. I just want to see what I'm tuning into right here. Okay. Okay, this is... Ooh, I feel a heavy energy with this one. Okay. They're wearing the weight of the world, you know. This is like the weight of the world is on their shoulders right now. And I feel like they're a nervous kind of person. They might be the first person that when things get really intense, they kind of look for the first exit out the door. Now, when I see this is the Strength card reversed. This is the Leo energy. Leo and love reversed for Gemini, okay. And we got courage here, so it could definitely be a Leo that we're talking about. Doesn't have to be. But what we see here is that this person has shielded themselves. They've had no courage to come forward into this connection. The real reason I'm getting here is for them ghosting you is that they didn't have the courage to stand up for this connection. Yeah, they didn't have the courage to take the lead. And it's almost like they have a defeatist view on things, a defeatist attitude. So they think the worst. They might catastrophize and think that the worst is going to happen. As you can see, they're paying attention to the signs. Anything that could go wrong, they're out of there. So it's almost like they expect the worst to happen, and they're not listening to their higher wisdom. They're just expecting things to end in a bad way. That's why they didn't invest as much as they could have into the connection, and they're shit scared of commitment, and they don't feel that they can give you as much as you could have given them. So they don't feel that there was equality, that they could have given you this equality in this connection. So this is the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune number in tarot. And it shows that at any given time, it can be so unpredictable. Things can change. Their luck can change at any time, or your luck could have changed at any time because this person would just bail. It's almost like a knight in shining tin foil instead of a knight in shining armor. Oh my God. So it's like that, you know. They were kind of presenting themselves to be this very assured, strong person coming in, whether it be a male or a female, doesn't matter. But that's what I feel like is this energy of confidence and assurance, and kind of coming in like they knew what they wanted with you. They are a very good looking person. They see that your beauty, they were very attracted to your beauty. There's definitely, it feels like a very strong spiritual component to this connection, but they didn't want to see it. They felt it. They got scared by it. And the eyes of beauty, positive expectations, clarity. Once again, they didn't see the positive outcome in this. They came charging in and then came, running out. So it's like they charged in towards you and then they just bolted the other way. Now, I do see that there's inner childhood wounds that they perhaps need to focus on, or there could be children and religious factors involved here. I feel very strongly with this, though, that there is a need to heal something from a fatherly issue here for them. So there's this issue of not being secure, not feeling secure in themselves or in their lives previous. There has been there was one particular relationship they were committed to, and that person really did some damage. So I feel like they're really fearful coming into something else that's another commitment, and they feel like they have so much to offer, but they feel like they also are afraid of failing if they're not able to meet up to your expectations. And the wind activation once again shows me the winds of change. And it reminds me, not that I know the meaning of it, but it reminds me of that Scorpion song, The Winds of Change. You might want to look up the lyrics, but I really don't know. It might not even have anything to do with romance or love. But it's just interesting. The winds of change is coming through in this person's energy, which means that any given time they can swap and change, and, it's very choppy energy. So they're very worried about what people see. They're very worried about their image. And so they might have been really worried about what image they were giving people. They didn't want to, maybe you weren't even introduced to their family or friends, or there was just an issue where they were putting up a wall in letting people know you were together even, because or even committed to each other, because it looks to me like it's almost like they knew from the day one that they weren't able to give you what you needed. And so there was always a resistance. But they were worried about putting out the wrong impression so that people would think that, oh my God, you guys are together. And they didn't want that pressure of people saying, oh, when are you going to get married? And when are you going to have kids and a family? That kind of thing. They didn't want to be entangled in that. They find it easier to be alone, finding peace in solitude. They could be a musician. They could be poetic. They could be artistic. Either way, they seem to be someone who can really deal with their own energy quite well. They like being alone. They might find a lot of comfort being in their own company. So what have we got here? We got the ring, shows commitment, but we've also got the path. So in other words, once again, all these winding pathways can take them anywhere. And so what we see, and I'm not sure if that is even in the meaning, but I'm intuitively tuning into this. So it shows me that they could build their life anywhere. They're kind of keeping their options open here, but at the same time, they're not really seeking anything out either. So they've got a lot of lessons in love, and I feel like for them, they might have even been married before and it might have been divorced. Or it's just a massive separation that they've gone through that might have been quite ugly for them in the past. So they do find it really hard to control, like they're trying to control their emotions. They find it very hard to express those. And I feel like you did get to a point where you did, disarm them in some way. Like you did disarm them to the point of them sharing something deep with you, and then bang, it just went up, and then they bolted. So let's have a look then. I just want to see, do I need to, I might clarify, not that I have to, but I just want to see further. What do I want to see? The signs, paying attention to the signs, I guess. What's going on there as well? Yeah, once again, the Hermit. It's interesting because this is the Virgo energy. They need to go within to really seek out and analyze. Like I feel like for them, things happened way too fast. If things are unpredictable for them also, they withdraw. And once again, we got the find peace in solitude. So this person might naturally be an introvert. They might not like to be the person in the spotlight. Especially when it comes to relationship expectations. I don't feel like they've got it within them to stand on their, two feet here really strongly and give you what you need. And they might have had troubles facing you, like looking you in the eye, and you might have felt like they were lying to you. And it feels like, I don't think they really were coming in with an intention to lie to you. I just think that they are very unsure, they're very afraid, and they just don't know how to deal with confrontation. Let's see what's happening from their shadow self. What do they want to say? So they're saying to you, I am trapped in my addiction. So there's something that they're doing perhaps while they are in their own space that's not healthy. Could be drugs, could be drinking, could be watching too much TV, it could be anything, but there's something that they're doing that's probably not very healthy, and it's not helping them to grow in themselves. What are we getting with that? Just having a look what I'm getting from this. They're not self-nurturing, that's for sure. They're not doing that. But they might feel like they're doing that. It's familiar to them, so they are comforted by it, but it's not necessarily healthy. Running away and in a place of darkness at the moment. Yeah, I'm hiding behind a mask, definitely. Still haven't taken that armor off, When I think of you, I feel angry. Why are they feeling angry? Why are they feeling angry? It's because they can't face, because I think that you were trying to make them face themselves. And they also feel angry and ashamed because they ran away. But I do want to see also what else is coming up with that. Yeah, because you showed them how immature they are, you know, at being able to provide something to you. This is the page, which is the young energy, someone who's still trying to find their personal goals, someone who's only got something very small to offer and give you. So it feels to me that they feel angry because you might have really shown them, you know, that they weren't able to give anything of value, and that made them feel like a failure, that they didn't have everything together, and that the person that came in and pretended, I'm saying in inverted commas, had that mask on, the person that they showed themselves as, pretended to be, was this, you know, really competent person coming in and wanting to give you the world, and then could only really offer this, which they're not willing to share anyway. So that's what's going on. Let's see what else they want to tell you. Please forgive. Yes, your feelings are correct. And look inside yourself. Now, this is interesting. These are similar cards to the first one. What's the yes, your feelings are correct? Please. What's this one? Oh, strength again. Definitely could be a Leo trying to tame their beast within, trying to gain their courage, trying to tame the beast and the demons. And we've got the Ace of Cups, which is self-love. So this person definitely has to love themselves. They have to be able to hold back on their initial urges, because I feel like they did definitely come in with this bold energy and they really did sweep you off your feet, it feels like. And very painful, because for you thought this was it, like they were charming, and it just showed that they were very inadequate in a lot of ways in showing this love to you because they don't love themselves. So that's interesting. Let's see any higher self messages. So yeah, they need to look within themselves right now. Oh, higher self, yeah. You're all I want, and I am determined to make it work. Interesting. So even though they're stuck, they're still thinking about this, and that they're trying to think of a way to make this work. How to get out of their rut. Trying to find that light, that epiphany. Yes, your instincts are correct. I have very deep feelings for you. Yes, your feelings are correct. I have very strong feelings for you, and they're deep. Interesting. It's good. That's probably a good thing to hear that, you know. What else can we get from this, please? Oh, there's a few here. I only made this the other night. I feel you are way out of my league. Oh my goodness. Like, is that so in line with what we're saying? Is that this person feels like they had to put on this front, and now you've revealed what's going on, and they've run away and they feel stupid now, and they're saying you are out of my league. Can we talk? They do want to come and return to you as well. I want to return to you. So they definitely want to come to you, but they're feeling ashamed and just feeling weak, really. They're not feeling strong in their position, knowing that they still have work to do on themselves. They feel foolish because they might have even had this talk of family with you. There might have been a lot of talk about building a life with you, because it was perhaps their intention in the beginning. You know, their intention is there, it's real. But when it comes to delivering it and, you know, stepping up, it just wasn't there. Just wasn't there. Which is so sad for you, because you really took every word as real, you know. Every word they said, you believed them. And I don't believe they intentionally came in to lie to you. I just don't get that. But yeah, they've got a lot of work to do. What are they doing? What do they need to do? Distinguish the importance of your inner spiritual work from outer success. Oh, so interesting, guys. Because we're seeing them coming in, putting that front on that they're very successful, but they need to look within at their inner spiritual work that they need to do, which is going to be looked at as outer success. So they're in that they're in the middle ground right now of realizing that they can no longer keep up with this, charade or facade or whatever I'm trying to say. They need to be able to be real with themselves, really, at the end of the day. If they want to come back to you, and if you would take them back, they need to be real with themselves and stop running away. So I hope that's given you some clarity. And if it has resonated, please comment below, like and subscribe, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Welcome, group 3. Let's have a look at what's going on with your person. Why did they ghost you? And I'm really sorry that they did this to you. I know what this feels like. I've had it done to me firsthand. And yeah, it's really not a nice feeling at all. And it does kind of like have you questioning their motives and why. Why is the question we all ask. Why did they do that? Is there something wrong with me? Did I do something wrong? Yeah, this is what it brings up. So let's have a look. It's never your fault, guys. I'm not saying that you can't ever do anything to this person to bring this about, but I'm doing these readings from the point of view that, it was going fine, and then bang, this person's retreated and withdrawn. So, it could be. I can't really limit it and say that no one ever did anything to create that response, but I just don't feel it. Okay, so let's have a look. The King of Pentacles reversed, the King of Responsibility, the King of Abundance, the King of, look, he's got his loyal dog by his side. He's in a place of complete security and stability, and it could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but this person's not at the point where they want to be. And we've got clarity here, communication, ideas coming through. So I just want to see what's happening here. This person, what's this one? Discovering your life purpose. Keep hearing the word unfair, unfair, unfair. This was so unfair. This person feels like they might have pulled the wool over your eyes. They might have come in and really promised this whole life with you where there was security and a home to build together, that they could financially provide and support you. They might have even made out that they were very successful in their business or financially. Some of them might have even taken money from you. They might have lied to you around money. Whatever it is, there could be lies around money, cover up about how secure they really aren't, and because we get this happy success card, but for some reason, in other readings, this could be very positive, but in this reading, I'm feeling like it's more of a facade. It's like this smugness and arrogance almost coming through, and I feel like this person wanted this with you, no doubt about it. They have this, their mind is very much focused on success and abundance and prosperity, etc. But at the same time, I think they realized you weren't someone superficial. You're not superficial. You wanted someone who's, yes, great on the outside and successful externally and everything, but at the same time, tuned into you with their heart and, getting real with that spiritual connection, because it says here, discover your life purpose. This, this connection really shook them. They weren't expecting this. They weren't expecting to run away from you or ghost you. They weren't expecting that. They weren't expecting, the consequences of their, actions and coming in like this. They didn't expect that at all. They wanted to put on their best, appearance to you, their best impression, their best foot forward to you. But in the meantime, they came across as quite superficial. Very charming character, I feel. Very charming person coming in, maybe promised you so much. Might have even ran a business, but, might have really been struggling with debt or went bankrupt or something. Something's not right here. Something's not right. There's a mask, a big mask. And they're not in tune with their life purpose. They're not living with integrity. And I'm saying this, they're not extremely bad. I don't actually, it's funny saying this because the feeling I get is that, okay, I don't really like the energy here. But at the same time, I feel like they're learning, like they're so naive to love and what they're really here for, that they've just been chasing pipe dreams, dreams that are just not going to manifest with any kind of real success here, and not backed by anything tangible. So they might have been really, head up in the clouds, wanting all this stuff between you, probably talked it up, wanted this life with you, wanted a family with you, wanted to travel with you, whatever it was big talk about it. It was big stuff. It was always like promising and getting all excited, and very energetic kind of conversations going on here, where it was maybe too positive sometimes, and promises of we'll be together. So some of you might be separated, like you might be what am I saying? At a distance from each other, where travel is needed to be together. So there might have been many promises about coming together, but money's an issue and they weren't telling you. So there was not full truths coming forward regarding that. Could be their living arrangements, could be visa issues, whatever it is, there's something here that they just weren't telling you the truth with. And so there was no integrity in that. And I'm not sure what this card means in that deck, but I just go with my intuition. But seeing this shows me that there is the ability to heal for this person, that they can persevere. And it looks like they will. They are going to persevere through this lesson, because it's been a double whammy for them. Like, not only have they lost out on you and this connection, and they realize, holy crap, like this has really awoken me to something that I didn't see coming. They've really had to look within at themselves. It's kind of really brought them down to ground in a big way. It's like they went from up in the clouds to bang, slap, slammed face first into the ground. That's what it feels like, is that it was such a wake-up call, that it really shook them, that was so unexpected, that they didn't realize, well, holy crap, I've got to really get real with my life and with my values and who I am and what I want to achieve in life, and get real with all this stuff that's not occurring. I have to work hard for what I want. This is it too. They might have borrowed money from you and weren't paying it back. There might have been issues around that as well. Yeah. Compensation. Perseverance, does it say? Yeah, perseverance. And a lot of strength needed for this person. Like, I feel like they're hard work to deal with. And they are their own biggest enemy. So it's interesting because it says you'd need a lot of trust to be able to have a heart-to-heart conversation with them, because I feel like they want to come forward to you. Once they, get back on their feet and they, really learn humility, I feel like they're going to want to come to you and have a heart-to-heart conversation, because they will have really truly emerged. It's almost like that dark night of the soul. It's a spiritual awakening where they're letting go of all this superficial nonsense and really getting down to earth now, and really looking at things, how they really are. So their true self is emerging, releasing those illusions, because spiritual growth is occurring for this person right now, because the 7th house is all about relationships. It's the Libran energy, Libra. So what else do we have here? Yeah, it's Libra energy. So the area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. Significant partners, romantic, business, or family. So it could be significant family, significant business partners, or romantic. So they're learning a lot of lessons right now. They're undergoing not only romantic stuff with you and relationships and questioning their values and integrity with that, but they're also having to look at every other aspect where they have worn a mask, where they have betrayed people or outright lied to them. They've been lying to themselves. You know, that's what's going on here. This being the number 8 reminds me of the Leo energy, like very bold and confident and courageous, wants to be in the spotlight. So it's very much about ego stuff going on there, which is their shadow side. And the female here, so there could be definitely a feminine aspect here. I feel like this is, because I'm adding the numbers up to the 9, 10, 11, so it's 11 to the Justice card in Tarot. And so with that, I feel this person's really starting to learn some cold, hard truths. They really come through for them. They want to mend the bridges. That's what I see here, because their lies and deceit are catching up with them. So I feel like you might have felt they were very sneaky. They might have been like a bit of a snake. You know, you might have felt like they were like someone that could not be trusted, someone that did deceive you and lie to you outright and to other people. And they're now learning their lessons from this. Their true self is emerging. They're starting to really... as I said, they're getting a big wake-up call. It's been a big shock for them to realize that the karmic stuff's coming back to them now. And so the rainbow is that healing energy coming in. Yeah. So their soul has had to go through a cleansing. That's what I see here, is the dragonfly emerging is after the cleansing, and it's after this cleansing that they may want to come forward and have this heart-to-heart with you and explain. So let's see what their shadow side is saying. That fell on the floor, hang on. Their shadow self, what do they want to say to you from their shadow self? Okay, let's see. I've withdrawn because I feel numb inside. Yeah, living this kind of a life is not fulfilling in any way, maybe temporarily, but they feel very numb. When this came crashing down, they had to withdraw, and they became quite numb. So right now, affection is something I find hard to give and receive. They're not even giving affection to their own children or their family or loved ones or friends, anyone that's close to them in their circle. They're not even able to be close to right now. I am losing faith that it'll work between us. Yeah, I mean, they're undergoing a whole soul shake-up right now, so they're not really trusting in a lot of stuff what's going on right now. So what's the message from their higher self? Well, that was quite a few, far out. They want to say a lot to you. So what's their higher self message? I'm finally holding myself accountable for my own actions and choices, which we do see with the spiritual growth. So this has definitely caused a spiritual awakening, has caused them to really question why they are the way they are, why they chose to do those things and be the way that they were being. They're starting to realize it's not really them, and they've got to get real with themselves. So the confusion has lifted. I am so glad we're on the same page and understand each other. So in other words, what you've been wishing for from them is what they're actually manifesting for themselves right now through healing. And your light helps me navigate through the darkness towards you. Interesting, the light cards, like happy success is not what they can get, but it's almost like what they can see that you are, you know. It's seeing the light and the spiritual, your spiritual light is shining to them. And I have gained courage to look within and heal. Thank you for revealing those things to me. So you're helping them with their soul's evolution with that. And I won't resist this any longer. I love you. I want you. So this person's definitely, I feel, oh, what's this one? Oh yeah, finally holding myself accountable for my own actions and choices. This person definitely wants to come forward to you and show you that they are trustworthy, that they can be trusted. It's almost like they really are changing, like they're really turning their whole life around. And they're the kind of person that you might have thought, oh, they'll never change. They'll never, you know, they'll never change. But I feel like they're going to prove you wrong. And that's kind of funny because I feel like that's their energy coming through, like, I'll prove you wrong, you know, that I can do this and I can achieve this through self-work, counseling, whatever it takes. I got to do it. I got to fulfill my divine mission here of being true. What else do they want to say? So nothing compares to you. So they realize that all this stuff and these dreams and whatever it was that they were chasing on a surface level is not real. Like hasn't got any depth to it. So you're it for them. Nothing compares to you. And they've only realized that since losing you. What's this? This one says, I play our song on repeat. So you've got a special song perhaps together, or there's a song that they listen to that reminds you of them, reminds them of you, I should say, and they're playing that. So I now know we are destined to be together, absolutely. So all the stuff that they might have been coming with, you know, conversations that they wanted with you was, I feel, true, but at the same time, the intentions of getting that with you wasn't true, and it now is. So no one loves you like I do. Got quite a few here. I need you with me. There's more I need to say. I have been escaping into things I shouldn't. And I am intrigued and need to learn more. So I feel like what that's to do with is that there seeks, perhaps looking at your social media, there's something about you that they feel or that they know has changed or shifted. Maybe you're, you know, moving onwards and upwards in the world, and they want to know more about that. So I feel like what's happened between you has really caused them to wake up. Let's see what other messages they want to say to you. Oh my God, it's so weird. This is another message. When you hear our song, know that I am with you. We just saw the message about this person playing your song on repeat. So what else do they want to say? And look inside yourself. This card, I feel, if I remember, I swear has come up 3 times in the different readings here tonight. Okay, so what else do they want to say? I feel like what this really means is that they're looking inside themselves right now. So surrender to the present feeling. And what does it say? Be the best you can be. So they want you to be the best you can be. They want you to feel what you're feeling right now is valid. They don't want you to push it down. What you feel is valid. Look inside yourself to your present feeling and know that you can be the best you can be. They want the best for you. I just want to see what else is coming up here. What else do I want to pick up here right now? Do I need a clarifier for anything? I'm just wondering. Maybe this one here, the compensation perseverance card. Can we get a clarifier, please, for this one? Oh, yeah. This is the anxiety, staying up late at night, stressing out. This is what they're doing. They're thinking of you and they're trying to persevere, and they know that, you know, it's almost like they have left you with a debt. They've left this energy, right? This horrible energy in this connection that they know they have to make right. They have to come in and compensate you with this healing energy, making themselves better, transforming themselves in a better way to come to you with something that's real and genuine. And beautiful for this connection. So they are possibly going to come in with a very strong apology here with you as well. So what else do we need to see here? Can we see what else is coming through? What do they need to know? What are they doing right now? What are they doing right now? Remind yourself that you are a soul spirit being. Oh, this is so amazing, because this is the spiritual growth they're coming through to right now. Spiritual growth. Remind yourself that you are a soul spirit being, that you're just not a person of the 3D realm who's just stuck in the material life here, that there's real people and real feelings, and that you're really growing. You have, this person has a life purpose that they have to go after, and that life is real. People are real. Their feelings are real. Being genuine is being real. This person's got to be authentic. And they're really coming into that energy of knowing who they truly are, and it's freaking them out, but at the same time, they're undergoing this transformation right now. And they know they have to balance the scales with you and bring in harmony into this and this healing. They know that they've caused you this anguish as well and anxiety, and they're constantly thinking about how they can come forward and make this right, I feel. So I really hope this has given you clarity tonight, guys. And if it has, please comment below, like and subscribe. And I look forward to connecting with you guys next time. Love and blessings.